right.
Welcome back to the Chatting Average. We're all in Dingle, on the Dingle Peninsula in Ireland. You may think it looks exactly like where we're normally at, except for John. We moved, and
I went to Dingle.
we're in Dingle. Anyways, brought to you by Dingle. Travel to Dingle. There's been a lot happening in Major League Baseball. The Hall of Fame vote happened. And
Listen,
Manny Ramirez is still not a Hall of Famer.
We've done baffling bits on this show before. I don't think I've ever been left more confused than what you just said about whatever Dingle is.
You don't
It's
want
a
to go to
place in
Dingle?
Ireland. It's a place in Ireland.
Is this an inside joke that I'm not privy on?
John?
You don't want to go to Dingle, or? I'd say
It
it's an
was-
inside joke that you're not
it was
privy
at
on
trivia.
because you
It
don't
was
show
at
up to trivia anymore.
I wouldn't show up to trivia because I currently am about a 14-hour drive. And I also work on Wednesdays. So
The Baseball Hall of Fame.
Math.
The Baseball Hall of Fame inducted some players over the weekend.
Technically, they haven't inducted them yet.
They
announced
voted
who
on it.
they were
They
going
voted
to.
on it. They announced who they were going to
And
induct.
technically, they voted on him like months ago.
So, do we want to talk
Agree
about
with-
the Hall of Fame, soon-to-be Hall of Famers?
I am pissed
Sure.
off. I'm
Okay.
pissed off that Carlos Beltran is going into the Hall of Fame.
Why?
Really?
Carlos Beltran has, by all accounts, a Hall of Fame career, a Hall of Fame resume. Realistically, should have been a first ballot player, but he also was kind of the key number one chief perpetrator of the Astros cheating scandal in 2017. And I think his candidacy, his time on the ballot, is going to be used 10, 15 years from now when these baseball writers try and have a referendum on, wow, these Astros didn't get punished at all at the time. Now we have to punish them by keeping them out of the Hall of Fame. Well, you can't do that. The chief guy's already in. Like, I think in a backdoor way, we have just completely cleared the 2017 Astros of any wrongdoing by electing Carlos Beltran.
What do you mean we just currently? They completely cleared them when they said they did nothing wrong. They get to keep their just piece of metal. The Astros didn't cheat in the eyes of the MLB. They won the World
Not
Series.
enough.
They didn't cheat enough to win the World Series. Baseball's an uncheatable game. Or whatever Rob Manfred said.
Right. It's... I
Oh,
don't...
man.
I'd argue that Carlos Beltran was inducted as a player. And anything from there and that point forward, unless he murdered someone, doesn't
Or
get
took
it.
steroids.
He was still a player. He was still a player when the cheating scandal. That was his last season as a player.
That's a good point. That is true.
I know. That's kind of the crux of my entire argument.
And he played 129 games.
Dude, I'm telling you, like, he was a big part of that team.
Well, we got to take out, you know how like on Canvas when you're like in class and like the teacher on like the first day is like, so I dropped 2 quizzes. So in the Hall of Fame, you dropped the 2 worst seasons.
No,
So
you
2017
don't.
out. That's easy. And 2014 with the Yankees out. And you know what that does, Adam? That puts him at exactly 71 WAR.
That's
guy's
a
gonna get
that's
in.
the first ballot. Listen, on the field exclusively, I have no issues with Carlos Beltran being a Hall of Famer. Anybody that does is, kind of statistically illiterate, I guess I would say. What is happening up there right now?
I apologize. My cat is meowing at me. He wants to talk about Seranthony Dominguez, but we pushed him to the back of the show.
Yeah, he'll have to wait for his live hit. Like I said, I mean, on the field, I have no issues with Carlos Beltran being a first ballot Hall of Famer, but
except for that one season,
there was that one pretty big stain on his resume, and I guess I shouldn't be surprised that we're continuing to pretend like that whole thing didn't happen, but like the integrity of the sport has to matter to somebody.
Hmm. Well, it's an
You can't,
interesting line to
I
draw.
get what you're saying, but like in 10 years, they were never not like Jose Altuve was never not going to be a Hall of Famer. In 15 years, Alex Bregman was never not going to be a Hall of Famer. Like, unfortunately,
depending on how much
because
of his
the
career he spends as a second baseman. But anyway, go
well,
ahead.
okay, good point. Carlos Correa, same idea.
Oh,
The idea.
talk about
Well, we got to see what he does. We got to see if he bounces.
appreciated.
But the thing is like if the league went out and said they cheated, that the 2017 World Series is a vacated thing, which they would never do because then like it's just arbitrary. Oh yeah, well they won all those games, but there's some evidence that they cheated.
I mean, it's
No,
not like I
Is
don't
it
know.
technically against the rules to bang a garbage can? I hate that I'm arguing for the Astros right now,
No, so
but
that's not the issue. The
is
issue
there
was their use of the camera.
is that in the rule book?
At the time, it was yes. At
yeah.
the
Okay.
time, it was against the rules, and there he goes.
Is he just gonna go bang on a trash can or something? What?
He might be
I'm.
banging on the trash can from the other room. Oh, he's running back. Okay.
What?
On,
What?
on an episode where we've already had one just completely inexcruciable bit.
This is.
H, what do
So
you think about Carlos Beltran's Hall of Fame
yeah.
candidacy?
So I I find it interesting that the line that they're going to draw here is that steroids are a complete no go. Sign stealing
Gambling, a complete
and
no go as well.
yeah, gambling as well. Sign stealing is kind of a softer punishment. And so now, again, we said, and I continue to agree with the fact that if you somehow neuralize yourself, like Men in Black style, to forget that the Astros had ever stolen a World Series or stolen signs or anything, Carlos Beltran is a surefire Hall of Famer.
Correct.
Surefire.
Correct. If he had retired a year earlier, he's a Hall of Famer.
I am not surprised in any way that he got in. Because I always had this sort of sense that sooner or later the memorandum on what was going to happen to this 2017 Astros would turn to be, yeah, it doesn't matter as much. Because there's a lot of players, like Carlos Beltran, for example, it was 1 year. I think where you see this as a frequency of it. A lot of these steroid era guys, they're not juicing for one season.
Yeah, that's a fair point. That
You
is a fair
know,
point.
the gambling can be an isolated incident. Isn't frequently, but can be. And we haven't had a player really come back up where that has been an issue, save for the not so dearly departed Pete Rose. You know, and we'll get to him never.
God willing.
And another interesting point to get to is with Andrew Jones is off-field issues are also not really as weighted. And I to move it to Andrew Jones, if you'll allow me.
Please, because I have thoughts on that as well. I say threateningly.
The past few years, I was getting he was going to get in year 9 or year 10. It ended up being year 9. He was someone who was consistently building momentum and someone who represents, I believe it was Bailey at Foolish Baseball who coined the term like a peaker, where he, like the early parts of his career up till about 30, one of the best center fielders you'll ever see. I mean, bar none. Played too long, in my opinion. So when you see him in a White Sox or a Yankees or a Rakuten Golden Eagles uniform, you're not seeing Hall of Famer Andrew Jones. But everything you saw as a Brave was really spectacular. Now, again, we saw off-field conduct issues um, stemming from, I believe, a domestic violence arrest and citation in Duluth, Georgia, which he is not the only player who has had that. And we've seen that the committee and the Baseball Writers Association haven't really used that, except for in rather severe cases, to be a complete deterrent. Not like we saw with steroids or gambling, like we've already talked about. So the way I've seen it is not so much of he should make it, but he was going to. I think, I think he was a fantastic player for a significant portion of his career. I think it gets difficult to separate the art from the artist, as it were, but ultimately, not really my decision to make, is it? I'm not 70 years old and writing for a newspaper.
Well, why not?
Someday.
Well, I've got about 59 years to go. 49 years to go. Whoops.
Good math.
Can I point something out?
Really quick aside before we continue on the Andrew Jones discussion, because I do want to talk more about this, but you talk about age, and you talk about getting old and decrepit. I was at X Games Aspen yesterday, and one of the kids, I say kids and I mean it literally, one of the kids that won gold at the X Games yesterday had a birth year of 2009.
That would be 16 or 17 years old.
Anyway, back to baseball. The Jones case to me is very interesting because, yes, you mentioned like on the field the peak of his career being one of the hottest peaks of all time, and I agree with that. I mean, you talk about a defensive center fielder that has hit the most home runs of any center fielder in the sport. Like, that's impressive, and somebody that deserves to be in the Hall of Fame, even if he held on to the game a little bit longer than the game was willing to hold on to him at the end there. But I think that's interesting what you say, H, about the separating the art from the artist, because the Baseball Hall of Fame has long had a character clause. It's notable that it's one of the few Hall of Fames that does have a character clause. It has been used basically to keep steroid takers out of the Hall of Fame, and that's kind of it. Like, what's the point of this thing? If it's here and we're not really using it,
I think it has become, instead of a bar none exclusion, is a break glass in case of emergency. Hey, everyone wants this guy in, but we can't in good conscience put him in.
Yeah.
This is our CYA kind of thing. That's the way I understand it, at least.
I mean, it would make sense for it to. That's. But then again, you just the phrase "character clause" that feels broad. It feels wide sweeping. I feel
Right.
like maybe we need to
And it also
have
is
more clear
intentional.
guidelines for what is and isn't acceptable. I think that just a more clarity would be helpful there.
It's intentionally vague, I think, so that it can be judged case by case. But you have things where it's like, can you prove that this is a trend where their character is in question, versus we have one isolated incident here, and that they have either been penitent enough or have a proven track record of being better than this, but before and after. And like, I'm not saying this as a specific thing, like, oh, I know Andrew Jones is. I don't know. I really don't know what Andrew Jones's character is. But clearly, they did not find it notably unsportsmanlike, I guess is the best word I'll use here. To where they didn't feel like he was a good representative of the game. And, if I could poll every single writer, 70% of them wouldn't get back to me. 20% would tell me no comment. 10% would tell me that they don't really have an opinion on it. And whoever would be left I would be fascinated to hear what they think.
I would agree with that. I mean, it's an issue that you kind of run into with the college football playoff to an extent as well. When you have a different committee every year, they have different criterion for, who gets into the playoff. Well, on the writer's ballot, when you don't have a super strict guideline or whatever, it's, and obviously the people who vote themselves fluctuate from year to year as well, depending on who gets their 10 years and earns verification, who retires, all that kind of stuff. When you have a different voter base and you have no set of guidelines, it's just going to make for a very inconsistent Hall of Fame induction process.
Jeff Kent. Do we want to talk about Jeff Kent? We haven't talked about Jeff Kent.
Jeff Kent also made it. I think well, obviously he's in with the contemporary era committee. Yeah. It's 16 people. I don't know who these are. These writers, or are these?
No, they're players. The contemporaries are players. Okay. Yeah, these were the players that played with these guys. So Jeff Kent basically was voted in by his buddies who thought that he was, from a player perspective, they thought he was a Hall of Fame worthy player, and I think that they would know better than anyone.
I would almost argue I'm surprised he didn't get in under his own volition. But
how close did he get on the writer's ballot? Does anybody have that?
I was trying to find that, but it is impossible to find.
There was a dude on Twitter that used to be really good about tracking that stuff, but after Twitter died, he migrated off the app, and I have no idea where to find any of that stuff anymore.
What happened to Twitter?
Anyways, you can find us on Twitter at Chatting AVG.
You can.
In his final year, he had 46.5% of the vote.
Really? That low?
He is.
Yeah, I'm surprised by that.
Hang on, let me find the story again so I can read through it. Nope, wrong story. This one. He leads the league in something. Holds the record for the most home runs by a second baseman.
Notably, power hitting position.
I mean, 377 home runs is
that's good. That's pretty good. I'm not saying it to just be snide for nothing,
Second base, specifically in the Hall of Fame, is a very underrepresented position.
Because it's
it's a very tweener position in a lot of ways, right?
Yeah, who is coming out of college or high school or even T-ball is like, you know what? Besides Adam, which kid is dreaming as they're playing catch with their dad, like, I'm going to be the greatest second baseman in the world. I am going to be the greatest left fielder ever. It's not. It's shortstops and center fielders and catchers and pitchers and maybe first base or third base.
Every player on your team is a shortstop, unless they're big and fat, then they were always a first baseman.
Correct.
Or a catcher.
It was incredible timing. I don't know if it's synced up on your end with the Discord lag. It was literally the exact same on my end.
On my end, it was about a second.
But anyways, Jeff Kent made it.
Or a catcher.
That's so bad.
But yes, Jeff Kent.
My audio, dude. This is why we do the clap syncs before the show, guys.
Just as noteworthy, this is an excerpt of the December 7th article from Bradford Doolittle, not related to McCormick Renner. Just as noteworthy as Kent's selection were the names of those who didn't earn enough support from the committee, which included all-time home runs leader Barry Bonds, 354-game winner Roger Clemens, 2 MVPs from the 1980s, Don Mattingly, Dale Murphy, and Gary Sheffield, who slugged 509 home runs.
I don't know if I'm just mired in Braves Twitter, but Dale Murphy still not getting anything is really surprising to me.
I was
I mean,
also pulling for Dale Murphy.
he did the reverse Craig Biggio of going from catcher to outfielder and was really good at both
Yeah.
and was a plus bat for a long time. Like,
Yeah.
he's
And he
revered.
stat padded in Coors Field for a year. Or excuse me, it was
Yeah,
still Milo Stadium at the time. So he got to a lot of the milestones he needed to get to.
like I'm just saying, that surprises me. I don't know if it's just like he just didn't have a good enough extended career or something, but maybe one
By
day.
all accounts, a really good guy too. Like
Oh
one of
yeah,
the ultimate baseball guys.
I've heard
So
nothing
it's
but good
weird to
things.
see the contemporary committee, which is like, again, people that would have played with him or played against him, not rewarding a good dude. That generally is kind of what they're there for.
I'm gonna keep reading this because that's like not the full list of guys either. Fernando Valenzuela was not picked.
Really?
He
Wow,
Wow.
was named. Bonds, Clemens, Sheffield, and Valenzuela were named on fewer than 5 ballots.
that's crazy.
That's terrible.
How could you not vote for Gary Sheffield?
Carlos
Sorry.
Delgado was named on 9 ballots, the second highest among the 8 under consideration. Mattingly and Murphy received 6 votes apiece. All 3 will be eligible to be nominated again when the contemporary era is next considered in 2028.
Jesus. Hey, they better.
Yeah.
At least one of them better get in.
Yeah, no kidding.
Don't worry,
Boy,
it'll still be.
too, he passed away earlier this year, like that.
You'd think they'd give him the
He
nod.
would've
Just also,
at least got a little momentum.
arguably the most important Mexican baseball player ever.
Correct.
Like a genre defining in the baseball sense of the word pitcher. Like someone who was an ace of a staff of a Dodgers team that was kind of in this interim period that really, I mean, he could shove too. Like that really surprised me because you'd think that, especially the year that he passes, you'd think that everyone's going to view him a little more glowingly, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know.
I have the list of everybody who was on the ballot this year, and I think we should go through. Manny Ramirez, obviously on his 10th and final ballot, received 38.8% of the vote. Of the guys in their first year, Cole Hamels received 23.8% of the vote in his first year.
It's terrible that Cole Hamels
What? And
feels-
he's gonna stay on the ballot.
Because of the way that modern pitchers are used and limited by organizations to protect their arm health, like the standards of what you have to do in your career to get into the Hall of Fame as a starting pitcher are going to go down drastically in the next 10 to 15 years. Like Cole Hamels is somebody we're going to look back on 15 years from now as a harbinger.
Braves pitcher Cole Hamels.
Dustin Pedroia on his second year earned 20.7% of the vote, which is up from 11.9 from last year.
He's gonna have that Andrew. I predict that he's gonna have like an Andrew Jones type jump one of these years, and he's gonna get in really late.
According to Bill James and the Bill James Hall of Fame Monitor,
Thank God.
as of last year, Dustin Pedroia had a 94 on the scale. Anything above 100 is likely. It's like OPS plus. It's good. Other guys, let's keep taking a look. Oh, Felix Hernandez, also on his second year, 46.1% of the vote.
He's getting there.
20.6 last year. So that's probably
That's
next
a huge
year.
Deal. Yeah, that's good. And remember, 75 is the number you want to get to.
Yeah, 75 is the number. Torrey Hunter staying alive. In his sixth year, 8.7% of the vote. How fun.
Got to stay above 5 to stay on the ballot.
All right. Here's everybody that is under 5%. They're all on their first year. Obviously. I would like to read this list and ask if you would have voted for them.
Please.
Daniel Murphy.
No.
Not a chance in
Good.
hell.
You guys agree with the Baseball Writers of America. 0 votes. Howie Kendrick.
No.
No.
Gio Gonzalez.
No.
No.
All right, we've cleared the guys who didn't receive a single vote, which
All
kind
right.
of like that's gotta suck, right? Like,
Yeah. Daniel Murphy deserves that. I feel bad for the other two, though.
like it's got to be like, man, even the guy who covered me didn't vote for me.
Hey, Daniel Murphy,
Nick,
Watch.
Nick Markakis.
Take strike one.
He received 1 vote. Neither of you would have voted for him.
Braves Legends, I might have voted for him, but only once.
Alex Gordon.
I would have voted for Alex Gordon.
Maybe. I don't know.
I also would have voted for Alex Gordon, which would have put his vote total to 3.
See, I don't know. Maybe.
Rick Porcello.
No.
Nah.
Hunter Pence.
Absolutely not.
No. What?
Matt Kemp.
No.
Nah.
Okay, those are all the guys who received 2 votes.
Rihanna, though, so I would have considered it for that alone.
Is there a boost for that?
That is growing the game.
Is that part of the character clause?
It's growing the game.
I think it could be considered part of the character clause.
Yeah.
So those are all the guys who received 2 votes. Here's the one I'm most mad about. Shin-Soo Choo, not in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
Won't continue to stay on the list. Does he deserve it?
Players.
I mean,
What'd you say?
Look, growing the game, sure. Performance-wise,
guys, listen.
No.
He doesn't deserve it. Like, he didn't deserve to stay on it. But I would have voted for him because for some reason I saw so many White Sox versus Texas Rangers games as a kid, and I was like, that guy's awesome. I like that guy. Also had a thing when I was a kid that when Notre Dame played Purdue, this is when I was a little kid. When Notre Dame played Purdue, I rooted for Purdue because they had cool trains on their helmets. Anyways,
boiler up, baby.
Boiler up.
Edwin Encarnacion.
I felt the need to interject that.
The parrot. Chew. Choo, you know? The parrot.
Can you move on?
Yeah.
I would have asked if I could take a vote away. I hate him.
For who?
Edwin Encarnacion.
Oh.
Oh. No.
Okay, and then finally, Ryan Braun.
I mean, I personally would not have voted for him. I think his lone MVP was fraudulent. That should have been Troy Tulowitzki's award.
This guy.
Nah.
Ew, look at the stats. Look at the numbers.
In his career, I'm going to read out some numbers. There's some things that are like, okay, that's why he didn't get to 5%. 47.2 career WAR. A Rookie of the Year, MVP. 5-time Silver Slugger. Finished in the top 3 in MVP voting 3 times.
Top 3. That's cool. Did he win them?
1,963 hits, 352 home runs. 11.
I'm not gonna get into semantics about if he didn't clear the 2,000 hits. I could get into semantics about some people, not about Ryan Braun.
Yeah. I just think I'm surprised he didn't get to 5% to just be like there next year. Because we all have to admit this first year class is terrible.
It's so bad.
And like
God.
When you have 10 votes to throw in this week of a ballot, like I'm surprised we don't see more people sprinkled. More votes sprinkled in from.
I would have.
Before we move away from Ryan Braun, I want to get this in. I got to get my promos in. I got to cut my promos. 2007 Rookie of the Year Ryan Braun had 2.0 WAR on that season. Troy Tulowitzki, who finished second in Rookie of the Year voting, had 6.8. 6.8.
Didn't even do 6'7", didn't do 6'9", nothing. The least funny of the three.
So much. I hate him so much. I am going to read you out. Are we good then? Are we good on all of that?
Yep.
Yep. Okay. I'm going to read you out the 2027 eligibles. Guys that will be in their first year next year. Where should I start?
The beginning.
Okay. We're gonna go alphabetical by last name because that's how the Hall has it on their website. Jake Arrieta.
Ooh, he's got an interesting case.
If I couldn't find
22.8 career WAR, over 100 wins, 3.98 ERA.
I'd throw him a bone.
2.8 WAR, dude. That's
I could throw him a bone only if I didn't have 9 other people.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
I am firmly
Bruce.
a use all 10 kind of guy.
I agree. But then we'd have too many guys in the Hall. Big Hall guys. Jay Bruce, under 20 career WAR, so no.
No.
As Drupal
Also, it's Jay
Cabrera.
Bruce.
What did I say?
No,
Nothing.
I'm just saying that's an instant disqualification.
I see. As Drupal Cabrera.
Nope.
Nope.
Starlin Castro.
No.
Wade Davis.
Are we serious?
Do you know that I own
Guys, I'm just reading off what is on the list.
All right.
Do you guys
no.
know that I own a pair of game used cleats from Wade Davis when he set the
Wow.
NL save record in
That's crazy. Dexter
18.
Fowler.
Why'd you keep the cleats? Also, no.
He wears size
Todd
14.
Frazier.
The Todd father?
The Todd Father.
Don't fucking do that. Don't you do that. The Todd father's already in the Hall of Fame, buddy.
Todd Frazier already got elected?
The two-time All-Star?
The two? No, I do not think Todd Frazier gets in. If no.
Brett Gardner.
No, but I respect Brett Gardner, but no.
I wish I
Respect
could
me.
in good conscience, but no.
I really like when he broke the Yankees dugout. J.A. Happ. Or J. Happ, however you say it.
Long career, but that's it.
It does get there's some guys that will get to 5%, I promise.
I hope so.
Scott Cashmere.
No. Get real.
Okay, all right. Okay, fine. All right, fine. John Lester.
John Lester, I would vote for. I would vote for John Lester.
Maybe.
Maybe. That's
Yes.
insane.
Yes.
Maybe on John Lester in his first year. We're not asking him to be. He never won a Cy Young. Never mind. I'm gonna be if I was one of the writers, I'm like, I know they don't go into a meeting and vote and like debate, but I wish that they could, because my whole thing would just be like, you guys remember how he can't throw to a base?
Yeah. Yeah. And he was good anyway. He was good anyway.
Andrew Miller. Mitch Moreland.
No.
Buster Posey.
Oh.
Posey gets in.
Yeah,
Posey
he
gets
has to. He has to.
Posey gets in.
He's gonna get in as
he,
he's gonna get in as a front office executive.
Does Buster Posey make a deep push in his first year?
No, he gets to like.
He's
20%.
really well liked. That's
really
the
well.
issue.
Yeah.
That's not the issue. He's a Hall of Famer. I think he should be in the Hall. I don't think he should be a first ballot Hall of Famer.
I think he gets to like 35-40% year one.
I would say I think he's gonna get, especially
He's gonna start.
especially this year.
Yeah.
Especially this year. Irvin Santana, Kyle Seager, Joaquim Soria, Ryan Zimmerman, and Jordan Zimmerman are the other eligibles for next year.
No, I mean, I could see people getting kind of sentimental about Ryan Zimmerman and Seager, but that's it. I don't see them actually getting a significant amount. They could get 5. If Torrey Hunter's sticking around like that, I could see them getting 5 maybe.
Yeah.
Just for career's sake.
We're not on 2028 obviously, but there might be a few guys in 2028 that we have to look out for those 2027 guys the next year. Robinson Cano, Yadier Molina, David Price, Albert Pujols. Everybody's going to vote Kurt Suzuki in because we like Kurt Suzuki. All right, we should talk about
jobs you can have in baseball, bro. Everybody loves their second catcher.
Exactly. We need to talk about some free agency things that have happened in the league. As of today, the San Francisco Giants have agreed on a 2-year deal with outfielder Harrison Bader.
I like it. I really do.
Harrison Bader, I have been rooting for him like since his Cardinal days. I'm like, every change of scenery he gets, I'm like, oh, this is the one that it's really gonna fit. This is the one that's really gonna work. I don't see that happening in San Francisco, which means he's probably gonna have a career year and just make me look stupid.
The last other notable free agency transaction that happened, we do have a special guest to talk to for this. Seranthony Dominguez and the White Sox are on an agreement on a deal for 2 years, $20 million.
Dude, he wants down bad. He wants to leave.
For our audio listeners, John was holding his cat Socks hostage, and Socks was not happy about that.
Squirming
His
the whole
paws
time.
are wet too. He's sometimes when he drinks water out of his swirling water bowl, he likes to put his feet in there.
Umami.
So sometimes afterwards it's just wet paw time. Anyways, I like Seranthony Dominguez trade or signing, and my headphones are dying. I like the Seranthony Dominguez signing because a lot of teams in a rebuild will be like, the bullpen will add at the trade deadline of the first year we're making a playoff push. And the Sox have kind of a sneaky good bullpen now, I think.
There's parts in place. There are pieces in place.
Greg Taylor.
And I think the thing is, I think it was Passan who put it out, but like, he goes, a lot of White Sox players hated, oh good, we're going to the pen. Time to blow the lead we just built, kind of thing that they were doing throughout the entire year last year. And, Seranthony Dominguez isn't going to fix everything, but it's a great start. That's all I have to say on that. The Texas Rangers acquired
Madam Anthony Dominguez as well, or no?
Is there a what?
Is there a Madam Anthony Dominguez or no?
I don't know. He might head out to the bars in the Northwest Indiana area. Shout out Zach Plezak and Yohan Moncada. The Texas Rangers acquired Mackenzie Gore for their entire farm system. It's so many prospects that ESPN didn't even choose to list them out.
Mackenzie Gore, listen. We give that grace to young players. I guess you better start doing your job.
He's not young anymore. He's not a prospect.
I just like to.
He's on his third franchise.
4 years, 5 years. Very good year last year, and if you're buying into on the upside, he's led the league in wild pitches the last 2 years. But if you're buying in on the upside,
in on the upside,
Jonah Heim, go save that wild pitch. Quickly, Mitch Garver. Sam
That
Huff.
staff is
Sam
gonna
Huff, go get it.
Those catchers are gonna be so overworked, dude.
You go catch
this
this spiked
Rangers
curveball.
this Rangers staff is gonna be like very bizarre next year. By the way,
Dude, it's like, is it not like Mackenzie Gore, Jack Leiter, and Kumar Rocker?
And Jacob DeGrom.
and Jacob DeGrom. It's literally
Don't
the
forget.
same player 4 times in different stages of their career.
And they also have Eovaldi. They also have
God.
is John Gray still there, or is he a free agent? He might be a free agent.
So like Eovaldi is going to be out of those 4 or 5 guys. It's like they're in their 5-guy rotation. So it's just the same player 4 times, and then the complete opposite of that player. that one day.
We want a bunch of fireballers that'll maybe throw strikes, and one guy that will do the exact opposite of that.
And you know the thing is like you really don't want to provide extra power to the ball in that stadium.
Yeah.
Nope.
On January 21st, the New York Mets acquired all-star right-hander Freddie Peralta, while both Craig Counsell and Pat Murphy were sitting in the Minnesota Timberwolves basketball game. Nope, the Milwaukee Bucks basketball game.
It's a good thing this is not an NBA podcast.
They get Freddie Peralta and Tobias Myers in the trade, and the Brewers get Jet Williams and Brandon Sproat.
I like this for the Brewers.
The only thing
really
I know
do.
about Brandon Sproat is that he gets a low-tiered prospects card in MLB The Show every year.
I like Brandon Sproat. Jet Williams is short, but also can play like every position, and he's really fast.
Yeah.
So he's like.
Did you see Pat Murphy's comment about him? By the way, he's the perfect Pat Murphy. Like Jet Williams is the perfect. He's 5'5", and in like the introductory press conference or whatever, somebody asked about all the new prospects or whatever, and Pat Murphy was like, "Yeah, we've already gotten a head start on lowering all of the hand sanitizer dispensers in the entire organization about like 6 to 8 inches." Like these two guys get along so well.
Jet Williams is technically 5'7", which is taller than Jose Altuve.
Taller than Adam.
That's not true. That is verifiably false.
Oh.
On the same day, Cody Bellinger agreed to a 5-year Kyle Tucker money-esque deal with opt-outs after the third and second seasons.
With the Yankees, by the way, which I think the text
with the Yankees,
someone sent was, did the Yankees just use all of their Kyle Tucker money and write Cody Bellinger's name in?
Well, yes, because this was the same text that was sent 5 days beforehand about Bo Bichette. Adam sent the Bo Bichette text and said that they just covered up the name on the briefcase with tape and then gave it to him.
The Bo Bichette one was arguably even more egregious, but neither of these dudes deserve these contracts. Like, what are we doing here?
Bo Bichette is making... What? Bo Bichette, I can't divide $126 million by 3 years to make it worth anything that Bo Bichette provides.
He's a great third baseman.
Are we sure about that?
No. We are
not. $40 million signing bonus.
I'm telling you, dude, that contract is looking like
Steven
in arms about the Kyle Tucker contract. This is the canary in the coal mine. Dude.
Is Stephen Cohen about to get indicted?
Dude,
on federal fraud charges.
His first year he's going to make a meager $15.33 repeating $million. That's not great for the Bo Bichette contract. A modest $15 million. Now, let's just say he chooses for some reason to take the player option in 2027. In 2027, he'll make $55.3 million.
Dude, you
Now, let's
have to be.
just say, hang on. Now, let's just say he chooses to take the player option in 2028. He'll make $55.3 million.
And he's not getting that on the open market, so he's opting in.
The Mets just paid the most money I've ever seen for a bench bat.
Yeah.
Okay, wait, hang on. Player opt-outs available after 26 and 27. A $5 million buyout available with each option. So if they don't want to keep him, no. If what? To be deferred, to be deferred as $1 million each July 1st from 2036 to 2040. Okay, that one's crazy. Let's talk the Kyle Tucker deal.
Let's do.
Kyle Tucker signs, that's the wrong one. Kyle Tucker signs a 4-year, $240 million contract with, you guessed it, the devil incarnate,
Deferred money.
the Clarna Dodgers. Kyle Tucker has signed a 4-year, $240 million contract with the Los Angeles Dodgers, including a $64 million signing bonus, with $240 million guaranteed and an average salary of $60,000. Now, of course, because it's the Dodgers, Tucker will earn a base salary of $1 million and a signing bonus of $54 million for the first season. Yep.
Is Kyle
Oh,
Tucker
and
worth $3 million a year? Like,
No.
I'm
also
sure.
from 2036 to 2045, the Dodgers will owe him $3 million in cash.
In cash specifically?
Yes. No, I mean payroll, but he's not on the payroll at that point because the Dodgers have now found a way to work around the fact that if there ever is a salary cap, their deferred money doesn't count to it.
Yeah. Smart organizations stay smart.
What a just. They don't need this.
This contract just infuriates me, frankly.
Can I
What could possibly be this funny?
Would anybody like to guess Kyle Tucker's career earnings?
A lot
As
more
of
now.
right now today. Nope,
Oh.
as of right now today.
Like
As of before he signed his contract.
35.
Was he still on his rookie deal or no?
Give me a second. Yes.
I'll give you 25 million.
John?
28 mil.
So his career signings through the 2025 season with the Chicago Cubs, with 5.079 years of service in Major League Baseball, Kyle Tucker has earned $40,475,737. Now, for all of you very keen listeners, yes, his signing bonus for his first year of his deal with the Dodgers is $14,000 more than that, or $14 million more than that.
That's absolutely.
Oh,
that's so much money. That's so much money. They don't
what
need him.
What is he gonna? You know, the real question is
If you want
how
to
much
talk
of
about
that?
the most expensive bench bat? Holy shit!
Yeah.
Hang on, wait a minute. California income tax
Because
highest.
Kyle Tucker had like an MVP caliber first half last year, and in the back half of the year was like borderline unplayable. And I guess what the Dodgers are doing is gambling that the second half of his season was the aberration and not the first. And I think anybody that looks at his career body of work would disagree with him. Like, even when he was on the Astros, he was like Walmart brand Yordan.
Yeah. Hang on, I'm trying to figure out how much he would have gotten taxed for his first year contract in California, but it's going to take me a second. So, you guys keep talking about it because it's a crazy deal, and we should.
I have a hard time finding words to say beyond. It's just another embarrassment of riches that the Dodgers spend. And he's going to be good. Because of course he's going to be good. Every time they spent like this.
Win the MVP.
Yeah.
And at this point, if you're an agent and you're representing someone who has the talent to be a superstar, and they are with a franchise that is like Ellie De La Cruz, for example. You're never gonna take the first offer the Reds give you ever again, because you want to wait till the open market and see if the Dodgers just back up the Brinks truck for you.
It could happen.
Because they're willing to make it happen.
It's a shame that we're very clearly, I think, barreling down the railroad tracks towards a lockout. And it's a shame that we are. But it's really, really, really funny to me that we're going into a lockout because of Kyle Tucker. Like, this dude should not be this significant. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, it's just not going to be fun. And I don't know, I hate to tell our viewers this, I don't know what we're going to talk about while we're in a lockout. Unless Rob Manfred brings in the replacement players, then all three of us will be playing.
I'm ready for my tryout, Coach.
Guys, this number is really big.
You guys see, this is only semi-baseball related news, but did you see the announcement from MLB The Show this morning?
No.
This is baseball related.
Are not going to have a new cover athlete for 2026.
Correct.
And the statement was very vague. It was very generic, and for my money, I think this is setting up for a Super Bowl commercial where they reveal that, oh, it's not a new cover athlete, it's a repeat. Here's Aaron Judge again.
It's every cover athlete ever in a collage.
But the other school of thought that I've seen floating around on Twitter a lot is like, oh, these dudes know we're going into a lockout. There's no cover athlete because there's no athletes.
Okay, I have a final total of the number if he solely only worked in the state of California for all of next year. Because unfortunately, that's not how sports work. When he travels to Texas, he doesn't pay income tax to play games there. So if he played all 162 games in LA, in California, just his state income tax would total darn, I should have actually added this up first. 589, 46, 589.
Oh my God, man.
Wow.
We spent 10 minutes vamping for you.
And
that's
the numbers
true.
were
I have literally postponed eating dinner. And you are
the number is worth it. The number is worth it.
It better be.
Okay, hang on.
H is losing it.
Just in his first however many brackets, he has to pay over $145,000 in state tax, plus $6,644,338.60, which brings him to a total of $6.7 million. $6,789,442.71, which, if you take that away from his $55 million income, means he only really is making $48 million. So, not to mention in 2027, his income will be $110 million in one single year, singular year, because he makes his.
That's more money than I'll probably see in my entire life.
I hate this goddamn sport.
Well,
I love it. I love it, but I hate it. I love it. I love this sport. It makes me sick to my stomach.
Let's go to the grid.
Go to the grid.
The Immaculate Grid is a 3x3 grid with 3 rows and 3 columns. That means 9 intersections to be filled with players, stats, and other intersections that are for your listening pleasure. I don't actually have it pulled up, so John, you're going to have to read it out.
I do. The rows today are the Pittsburgh Pirates, the Chicago White Sox, and 300-plus average in a career. The columns are the St. Louis Cardinals, the Oakland, Sacramento, Las Vegas A's, and the 300-plus home run career batting.
Wow. Athletics Sox has to be the losingest column row combination ever. St. Louis, Chicago, Keenan Middleton.
Yeah. White, that didn't work.
What? I swear Keenan Middleton was with the Cardinals, right?
I hate when John complains,
He
and then gets it wrong.
Middleton.
Hang on, I'm pulling it up on my phone. It is still the same thing.
All right, whatever.
Sox 300 plus. Go ahead.
Just do Jose Quintana then.
Sox 300 plus home runs. I'm doing Edwin Encarnacion.
We just talked about it.
Staying on the theme of guys we just talked about, Cardinal Pirate J Happ.
It bothers me so much that that's pronounced J.
I know, isn't that terrible?
It's spelled J-A, both capitalized.
Correct.
J.
Actually, there's periods in between as well.
Athletics Pirates. Billy McKinney.
Athletics Pirates.
Or Indianapolis Indians legend Miguel Andujar.
We'll go with Miguel Andujar.
So, oh man, my phone's about to die.
No.
What, are you cheating?
No, well, I have the grid pulled up. I can't look at the grid anywhere else.
How many of these 300 home run guys do we still need?
The Pirates and then a 300 plus average.
Pirates, 300 home runs. Bobby Bonds?
Did he get to 300?
I don't know. I feel like he did.
White Sox Athletics, I'm doing Marcus Semien.
Okay.
Yeah. Did Bobby... I don't know if Bobby Bonds got to 300. I feel like...
Bobby Bonds sounds like a mean joke somebody made about Barry Bonds.
Bobby Bonds did get to 300. Yeah, you're right.
And when I click it, it says he didn't.
Is it wrong Bobby Bonds? Did you just type Barry on accident?
Show me to him.
He had 332 career.
Yeah. What? 300 plus home runs career batting. Hey guys, it was for Pittsburgh.
Well, his batting average wasn't over 300 career. Is that the one you put him for?
Swear to God, we said Pittsburgh.
Yeah, I thought he
played for Pittsburgh. All right, this has been the Chatting Average. Thank you guys so much for listening. If you're listening on YouTube, like, comment, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you can get more of this.
You gotta just like the video.
Nobody needs more of this. Don't lie to the people. Nobody needs more of this.
If you I have a demon in my house.
No, I'm pretty sure that's just your cat.
If you want to follow us on Twitter, it's at the Chatting AVG. If you want to send complaints, send them to gm@kcou.com.
No!
Thank you so much for listening. The MLB season begins in literally like a month and a week. Actually, they like divisional previews, I think, literally start in our next episode.
Awesome.
Hope you're ready for those.
We're not.
Bye.
Bye.
And remember